Hi Taurus, welcome to your love reading for the month of February 2017. We are working with two decks again, but I'm also going to pull some cards from the Romance Angels and also some from the Messages from your Angels. Okay, so let's go ahead and begin. I'm going to get these decks out of the way for now. This is going to be for confirmation, so we'll get to that in a minute, but first let's get 9 cards for you. This is the love reading for the sign of Taurus for February 2017. What is coming up for Taurus? First card that you have is the Lovers. Taurus, February 2017. You have the Eight of Pentacles. What's coming up for Taurus, February 2017? The Knight of Pentacles. Love reading for the sign of Taurus, February 2017. You have the Ace of Pentacles. Love reading for the sign of Taurus, February 2017. Page of Swords. Love reading for the sign of Taurus, February 2017. The Five of Pentacles. Love reading for the sign of Taurus, February 2017. Six of Swords. Love reading for the sign of Taurus, February 2017. The Moon. Final card, love reading for the sign of Taurus, February 2017. King of Cups. Okay, so the card at the bottom of the deck is going to represent the main energy around your love life for the month of February, and you have the Ten of Swords. So this can represent an ending for some of you, but could also represent an ending to suffering and finally moving on from a bad relationship or from a bad phase in your relationship. Okay, so we'll get back to this card and see how it ties in with the rest of the reading. Let's take it one card at a time. So you start off with a major arcana, and it is a Lover's card. So this is, let's start for those who are already coupled. This is emphasizing a significant relationship in your life. This can be your marriage. This can be a relationship that you have been in for many years, or someone who's very significant to you. Now, the cards that I see around it, you have the Eight of Pentacles. So this card is associated with work. In a love reading, this would mean that there's a lot of work to do in an existing relationship. And you don't have very terrible cards in this reading. The only challenging card that you have, in fact, is the Five of Pentacles, but yet there's work to do in a relationship. You also have the Knight of Pentacles, which is telling me that you're making progress when it comes to healing a relationship. For some of you, you might be, maybe for those who are dating or you're living with your partner, you want to take this relationship to the next level. I feel like for you, that's why the Lover's card has come up, because it's a major arcana, and this means a significant change in your relationship. So some of you may be wanting, that proposal, or you may be wanting to move in with your partner. You have a message here telling you that there's still a lot of work to do to get to that place. However, you do have the Knight of Pentacles telling you that you're making progress and getting to that place where you want to be with your relationship. I'm even getting, I don't usually get messages like this. I feel like for some of you, there's someone that you're romantically interested in. Obviously, this is for those who are single. There's someone that you're interested in. This person's very important to you. They may or may not know how you feel about them. And I feel like there's still a lot of work to do as far as establishing that relationship, maybe making your feelings known to that person and knowing how they feel about you. But again, you have the Knight of Pentacles telling you that you're going to get to where you need to get. So kind of a strange message for me to receive. But I do feel like for some of you, you have your eye on someone that you're drawn to or attracted to. You want to be in a relationship with. And I feel like you will be doing everything that you can in the month of February to be noticed. and I feel like you will be making progress. Remember, this is a card of slow progress, but in the end, you will get to where you need to get. Also, for those who are completely single, I just feel like obviously the Lover's card is telling you that there's a significant relationship that could be coming up for you in the month of February. However, there could be work for you to do as far as putting yourself out there, letting go of past relationships, but you will get to where you need to get, which is your next relationship. You also have the Ace of Pentacles. So this is a card of new beginnings. So this is telling you that you will be very blessed when it comes to love and romance in the month of February. The Ace of Pentacles represents just kind of hitting a lucky streak and a lot of blessings just kind of landing in your lap. And I feel like for those who are single, you just might luck out by just having, you just happen to be at the right place at the right time, and you meet someone that is meant to be a long-term partner, a committed relationship. So even for those who are a couple, this is telling you that things may work out. If you're feeling like your relationship is not the best that it can be, the Ace of Pentacles is telling you that you will experience a new beginning, and your home and your relationship will be full of laughter and joy. This is just a card of unexpected blessings. Now, you have the Page of Swords, so this is telling me that, maybe to have this, energy of new beginnings and unexpected blessings, there has to be communication. You have the Page of Swords. So to me, the pages represent communication. And this page insists on honesty. So somebody has to be honest about the way that they're feeling. Somebody needs to get something off their mind. You do have the Five of Pentacles, which to me, this is a card of feeling isolated and feeling like you can't quite connect with your partner. You don't understand. You're very different. So for some of you, this could be a reference to what work you have to do in your relationship. Yes, you have a very significant relationship on your hands, but I feel like here something's not quite right with the Five of Pentacles. Somebody is feeling lonely, somebody's feeling hurt, somebody's feeling like an outsider. Maybe you feel like your partner's not paying enough attention to you, or you're not spending enough time together. And the Page of Swords is saying it's time to be honest about this. It's time to bring this up to your partner. Remember, you do have this energy here of a blessed new beginning, but there's a message of being honest with your partner. Now, for those who are single, again, opportunities for relationships are here. I literally see a committed relationship here, a new beginning, and the Six of Swords, which I'm going to get to, is telling you that you're moving on. You're leaving the past in the past. And remember, the main energy for you, which is all the way over here, was the Ten of Swords. You're moving on from, betrayals, a bad place in your life, maybe a devastating breakup. You're moving away from that. For those who are single, you may just have to be, honest with yourself. Maybe honest with the people that you meet in the month of February. I feel like there will definitely be somebody that you're connecting with, but you may have to be honest for those who are single. As far as, maybe that you have problems trusting people, or you're not quite ready to move too quickly into a relationship. I feel like you have to be careful, those who are single, especially if you're skeptical when it comes to relationships, with the Five of Pentacles here, because it represents, that you don't feel that spark with people. And I feel because the Page of Swords is here, that you have to be honest why you're not feeling that spark. Is there somebody that you still have to let go of? And again, that could be a reference to the Eight of Pentacles, which represents that there's still a lot of work to do. But I definitely feel like those who are single, you're meeting, someone significant. The first card, the Lover's card, still, these cards are telling us a story that there's a lot of work to do. The person will be there. The attraction will be there. Things will move slowly, but I feel like this is to your advantage, because for some of you, you may have, something that you have to be honest with yourself about. And this could have something to do with the main energy, that, that you still have to move on from the past. You have to forget, a past relationship. You have to pick yourself up and walk away from the past. You have to move on. The Ten of Swords is an energy of moving on. You've already been through the worst. So some of you may be feeling the effects of a past relationship. But those who are coupled, I feel like there's something you have to communicate with your partner. in order for you to move on to this, blessed new phase in your relationship. So, this energy of moving on continues. You have the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords is a card of movement. It can also represent travel. But it especially is a card of moving away from difficulty, moving away from negative relationships. It means that you're moving on to something much healthier. So for those who are coupled, again, if you're being honest, especially, if you're feeling this energy of the Five of Pentacles where you don't feel that spark with your partner anymore, or you just don't feel like you're on the same page. If you have that conversation, some of you will be moving on to a much healthier place in your relationship, a much healthier phase. Of course, not everyone, but some of you may be deciding to move in a different direction. I feel like for some of you, you're confused. You have the Moon. The Moon does represent confusion, and it represents that sometimes you're not seeing things clearly. You do have a court card here, and it is a King of Cups. So this would be someone who's a water sign, male or female. And for some of you, this can be your existing partner. I still get the feeling that for some of you, like you may be deciding to kind of move in a different direction, because the Six of Swords does mean sometimes that you leave an unhealthy relationship behind you. This may have something to do with things coming to light. You have the Moon, which does represent things that are hidden that suddenly come to the surface. Things are revealed when the Moon comes up. With this energy here, I feel like for some of you, you may be moving in a different direction. And for those of you, the King of Cups can be someone that is completely new. But I also feel like this can be your existing partner. And that, things finally come to light as far as how you have been feeling about the relationship, the concerns that you have. And it could be, with the Five of Pentacles here, that you're concerned that you're no longer connecting, that the spark is not there, that you're not spending enough time together. The Five of Pentacles is the card of emotional poverty. And of course, this is, something being revealed with the Moon. It's a significant event because it is a major arcana. And ironically, it is lined up with the Page of Swords, which represents truth, being honest. So I do feel like couples are being honest with their romantic partners, letting them know that this is how I'm feeling. And again, it is lined up with the Eight of Pentacles, which means that there's a lot of work to do when it comes to a relationship. Let's see what other messages come up for you to give us more clarity on this. What other messages are there for the sign of Taurus for February 2017? You also have the Queen of Pentacles. Love reading for the sign of Taurus, February 2017. Two of Pentacles. Love reading for the sign of Taurus, February 2017. Knight of Wands. Okay, so you have another court card, but I feel like this is you. You have the Queen of Pentacles. This is an earth sign, and Taurus is an earth sign. Now, the messages that came out with your energy are the Two of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands. So the Two of Pentacles, this is telling me that you may have a decision that you have to make in the month of February. The Two of Pentacles can be choosing between two things, two people, two outcomes. You do have two court cards. I feel like for some of you, this is you because you're an earth sign, but it can represent another earth sign for you. And maybe you're choosing between two people, especially those who are single, an earth sign and a water sign. But there is a message of having to choose. Now, you do have the Two of Pentacles right next to the Five of Pentacles here. So this represents, scattered energy and a lot of things up in the air where there is uncertainty. And like I said, you do have the Moon here. And the Moon does represent confusion. It represents not really having clarity. The truth does come out sometimes with this energy, but I feel like for some of you, you may be confused about an existing relationship. And it's time to make a decision. For those of you where you definitely feel like something is missing, the spark is gone, it's time to bring some stability to your relationships, to your love life, making a decision or finally making a decision to make this relationship work. Now, you also have the Knight of Wands down here. So the Knight of Wands, this is kind of giving you that push to either make a relationship work. I feel like for some of you, it's a push to make a relationship work, but it's just kind of, this energy to push you forward. This is a very fiery, take charge energy. For some of you, yes, you're going to be working on an existing relationship. I feel like for those who are single, this is you being very determined to meet somebody special in the month of February. All the Knights represent change and movement, and this one is very determined. So I feel like here somebody's very determined either to meet a new romantic partner or to make an existing relationship work. It does involve, possibly having to choose and make a decision. I just noticed you also have two Knights. You have the Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands. So I feel like for some of you, like you're roaring to go here. You're roaring to go. You want to see results when it comes to your love life. You want to see things happen. Those who are single, you want to meet someone special. Those who are coupled, you want to see this relationship move to the next level, or you want to see it heal. But remember that the Knight of Pentacles is telling you to be patient. Things take time. But I do feel, again, I keep saying it, I feel like there are decisions that you have to make. There's things from the past that have to be let go. Okay, so let's get some more cards from this deck. What other messages are there for the sign of, okay, you have the High Priestess. What other messages are there for the sign of Taurus for February 2017? You have the Three of Pentacles. Love reading for the sign of Taurus for February 2017. You have the Seven of Swords. The card at the bottom of this deck is the Six of Pentacles. So the Six of Pentacles is a great card to get because this represents you receiving. This is a card of you getting what you deserve when it comes to relationships. Getting what you want. Okay, so this card jumped for you, and it is the High Priestess. So the High Priestess does represent your intuition. This represents spirituality. This represents your angels, your spirit guides, signs, and synchronicities. So I feel like when it comes to your love life, for those who are single, you could be guided to someone very specific that you're supposed to be meeting in the month of February. It could be that everything is lined up perfectly for you to meet your life partner or your, a very important relationship, especially since the Lover's card was the first one and they're side by side. I feel like for those who are single, you definitely have to pay attention to your intuition as far as looking, as far as putting yourself out there. For those who are already coupled, your intuition is telling you what to do about your existing relationship. Whether that means continuing to work and compromise and try to heal a relationship, or some of you maybe even deciding to move in a different direction. This just means that your intuition is spot on in February, so make sure that you are following up on that. You also have the Three of Pentacles. So to me, this is a card of hard work and effort. So I feel like a lot of you are doing everything that you can to make an existing relationship work. I feel like you have to be careful with this because it just came out with the Seven of Swords. And the Seven of Swords is, that red, it's one of these red flag cards in the tarot where this is a caution message asking you to be careful. It can represent deceit, and you do have another message here from the Moon. The Moon both of these cards represent deceit, and since both of them are here, I feel like, for some of you, it could be that your partner's not being honest about something, or maybe it's you, especially with the Page of Swords here, which represents honesty. So it could be that you are being honest with your partner about something, or they're being honest with you. Here, somebody has, this won't be for everyone, but it does represent deceit sometimes, but it also represents something that you don't want to see with the Seven of Swords. You need to take the blinders off and see what you have been denying, especially for those of you that have been working really hard to make an existing relationship work. For those who are single, again, there could be things from the past that you don't see are affecting your love life. Remember, the main energy from the other deck was a Ten of Swords, which means that maybe you were betrayed, you were lied to. This was a devastating loss, a devastating relationship. For some of you, you may not be putting two and two together, that is why you're not moving on. That's why you're not meeting anyone. But I definitely feel like there's a lot of help from Spirit with the High Priestess jumping for you to get you to where you need to get as far as your next relationship. And I feel like for those who are single, you're doing everything that you can to find that next partner. And you do have, from this deck, the message that you're getting what you deserve. You're finally getting that relationship that you deserve. Okay, so let's get some cards from the Romance Angels. Let me just make some room here. And I'm going to have to move the camera. Okay, so what other messages are there for the sign of Taurus for February 2017? You have separation. Time apart from your partner is on the horizon. So yeah, this is not going to apply to everyone, but I definitely see that in this reading. I definitely see it. I didn't see it at first, but you know, we always tie things together in my reading. That's why I use two different decks. And again, this gives us some more confirmation. Because I see the moon and I see the Seven of Swords, especially the Seven of Swords, with the moon and the Page of Swords, I feel like for some of you it's time to be honest about something. And this may not be a permanent separation. This could be that you need some time to think, to have clarity. Remember, with the moon, sometimes there is no clarity. There's, you know, a sense of confusion with this energy. There's something that you need to figure out. With the Seven of Swords, you have the blinders on, and there's something that you don't want to see, and you're being your own worst enemy by not seeing this. I'm getting that some of you may even be, you know, asking your partner for some time away. Difficult to say in a general reading, but I also feel like for some of you, there's a separation that is really hurting you. It could be you, or it could be your partner, where you have decided to take a step back. Especially with the Five of Pentacles here, which this is a card, like I said, of loneliness and isolation. So I feel like someone maybe has taken a step back from the relationship, whether it's you or your partner. And I feel like for some of you, this separation is really kind of breaking somebody's heart. But for some of you, it can mean that there has to be, you know, a timeout to figure things out. Not for everyone. For those who are single, let me just go back to it. For those who are single, I feel like there's been too much time off from dating for those who are single. And especially because the High Priestess jumped, I feel like you're being called. It's time to move forward with your love life. Again, the main energy from this deck was the Ten of Swords, which, you know, is a message that it's finally time to move on. So for those who are single, you've already mourned, you know, a past relationship long enough, and it's time to move on to your next one. What other messages are there for the sign of Taurus for February 2017? Stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. Yeah, so I see, you know, some challenging cards in this reading. And I feel like for some of you, like things are finally coming to light. There could be something that is revealed to you about your partner. A conversation where somebody's being completely honest. Especially with the moon being here. Things coming to light. And for some of you, you may feel like, you know, there's a lot of work to do. You literally have the Eight of Pentacles, which is the work card. There's a lot of healing, a lot of work to do in your existing relationship. But this card is telling you to stay optimistic. Especially if you're, you know, your intuition, you do have the High Priestess up here. If your intuition is screaming at you that your current partner is your life partner, they're asking you to not throw in the towel. For those who are single, obviously, you need to stay in a positive place in order for you to attract, you know, a significant relationship into your life. And there definitely will be someone, with the first card being the Lovers. So let me get one more from the Romance Angels. What other message is there for the sign of Taurus for February? Let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. So for those who are already coupled, I feel like if you're going through a difficult time, this can be a message that people around you could offer some words of comfort. This could be getting things off your mind, getting things off your chest. Again, going back to the Page of Swords, it could be that you have to share something that you're feeling about your existing relationship. Share it with someone around you so that you can maybe work up the nerve to share this with your partner. I feel like here you just need support. I feel like somebody's not feeling very positive about their existing relationship, and you need to lean on others who are going to give you some sense of guidance. For those who are single, this could even be, a friend, somebody that you know that will lead you to your next partner. I definitely feel like there could be a connection for some of you, that your next romantic partner knows somebody that you know. But again, this could also be that your friends have something positive to say when it comes to relationships, especially for those singles that definitely feel like they can't trust again, or they're not ready to move on. Okay, so let's see if I have time for 3 cards from the messages from your angels. I'm going to try my best here. And I'm going to move the camera this way. Okay, what other messages are there for the sign of Taurus for February 2017? So you have Celeste, and she says, a happy move to a new home or place of employment is in the works. This movement will usher in positive new energy. So for some of you, this is just the energy of new beginnings. Remember that you did have the Ace of Pentacles, which is a card of new beginnings. You also have down here, you have the Six of Swords, which does represent also new beginnings. You're leaving difficult situations and people behind you. For some of you, this can represent, that you're actually moving. For those who are coupled, you're moving maybe to a different home. But I get the energy that you're moving into a much healthier phase in your relationship. I do feel like this ties in with the separation card. It may not be that you're just, you're moving out, but I feel like some of you need some time apart to kind of figure things out. I feel like there's a lot of things going on mentally for the sign of Taurus, but I feel like this means in the end you're moving on to a much healthier phase in your relationship. For those who are single, again, this is just telling you that you're moving on. You're finally ready to move on. Again, the main energy from the first deck was the Ten of Swords, which means that, you've already been through the worst and it's safe for you to love again. So I feel like here you're finally, coming out of the shadows and you're finally ready to meet a new romantic partner. Okay, so let's see what other message comes up for you. What other messages are there for the sign of Taurus for February 2017? You have Ariel. New psychic and spiritual experiences are changing the way you view the world and yourself. Allow your spiritual gifts to open through study, prayer, and meditation. You did have the High Priestess that jumped, so I feel like a lot of you, like I said, your intuition is heightened. I feel like there's a lot of signs and synchronicities for those who are coupled and single, telling you where you need to be, who you belong with. So definitely pay attention to that. If your intuition is screaming that, yes, this is your life partner, then you know that there's just a lot of work to do on that relationship. If your intuition is screaming that you've tried your best and it's still not working, then you definitely have to listen to that as well. For those who are single, again, this is an energy that's going to help you to meet your next romantic partner. You could be guided to certain places, to certain people. I just feel like Spirit has, a hand to play when it comes to meeting somebody new for those who are single. Let's see if I have time for one more. What other messages are there for the sign of Taurus? You have Serena. I am the angel of abundance. You will receive the money that you need, and God is in charge of how that will happen. So this is a reference to abundance, telling you that you're going to get what you deserve. And you did have the Six of Pentacles from the second deck. So this is just telling you that you need to just have faith that everything's going to work out. You're going to get the relationship for those who are single that you deserve. For those who are coupled, as the card says, God is in charge. And for some of you, this just means having faith and being patient as far as how things fall into place. Remember, you did have the Knight of Pentacles telling you that you have to be patient. things will take time, but this is just telling you to not give up. Have faith that things are going to work out for you and your romantic partner. So I think this is a great reading. There are not many challenging cards here. If anything, I see a lot of encouraging messages for those who are single and those who are coupled. Okay, Taurus, this has been your love reading for the month of February 2017. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will speak to you again next month.